So welcome to the Business Advisory Show, Kaye.
Thank you.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about your role at Xero and what that means to business advisory? Well, I might expand on that too. So.
Yeah, cool. So I'm Kaye Harding. I'm the GM of Partner Experience in our Global Ecosystem team. And so what that means is that I'm charged with how do we attract more apps into Xero's ecosystem. We've got 800 officially as of last week, but we're looking to get to 1,000 by FY21. And then on the flip side of that, how do we make sure that people know how to find the right app at the right point in the journey, that advisors feel confident recommending apps, and that we're really getting that adoption of apps up.
Yeah, such a great topic and such a progressive topic, I think, at this point in your history as a business. I personally would like to congratulate Xero because I think that if we're talking about the title of this show, the Business Advisory Show, I think you guys have almost manifested the community for business advisory. So,
I think it's been a big part of our strategy, thank you. So I think we've always looked at advisors as being a key channel to market for us. We used to have the tagline, beautiful accounting software. We're very much moving towards being a business platform now, and how do we enable everyone in our ecosystem, whether that's our advisors, banks, app partners, Finware, people like yourself, everyone to be successful together, and we talk a lot about raising the tide for everyone in the ecosystem.
Yeah, fantastic. What does business advisory mean to Xero from your point of view?
So I always talk about app advisory, and the thing that we know is that only about 1 in 5 practices are offering app advisory at the moment, but the people that are looking to pay people to offer them advice around it is about 60% of small businesses, and so that shows us that there's a huge gap between people that are offering it and people that want it. And so what I would love to see is more advisors getting out there and really helping businesses to understand what their pain points are, what their goals are, and then what are the app stacks that they can use to help them achieve their goals, whether that's efficiency, having more time at home, or growing up to be the biggest and bestest business they can be.
That's a huge gap.
It is a huge gap, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that accountants and bookkeepers are reluctant to some extent to go on this journey at, dare I say, opportunistically, which is really what they should consider?
So I think a little bit scared of technology. You don't necessarily go into being an accountant or a bookkeeper because you want to be a technology advisor, and so I think there's a little bit of fear around that, a little bit of fear of probably a little bit of imposter syndrome. So why do people believe me? But what we do know is that small businesses see bookkeepers and accountants as the number one advisor, most trusted advisor, and so this is a perfect opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's so disappointing, but also something we're working on through some of the other work that we do and other people do. Self-esteem and self-confidence for bookkeepers and accountants, to me, it's kind of like the missing ingredient.
I think that's a great point. It's around change management as well, and so we talk a lot about how you should be doing advisory, but we don't necessarily show how to do that, and so we need to take advisors on a journey, teach them how to do it, make them feel confident with them, and also teach them around who else can help them in the ecosystem, so whether that's a cloud integrator, someone such as yourself.
Yeah. What's the thing that excites you most about the next chapter? I mean, you've got 800 apps already connected. Oh my goodness. What do you see in the next 2 or 3 years?
So I think we'll get a lot more regulation, so things like open banking, which is really big in the UK, that's going to be in Australia and New Zealand. We're going to see a lot more acquisitions within the industry, so we acquired HubDoc, and I think we'll see a lot more of that both from us and our competitors. And I think more regulation, particularly around security. So we've got the ATO operational framework, but really, no one wants to be the next Facebook and Cambridge Analytica, so we're taking it seriously around how we protect our customers and advisors.
Yeah, good point. What's the thing you like the least, but also the most, about this time in this industry?
So I think, I love my job, I love Xero, and I love the industry. I think what I feel a little bit challenged by sometimes is people saying, oh, there's too many apps, and that's when I say to people, the apps that I have on my iPhone will be different from the apps that you have on your iPhone, and so getting people to look past, well, Xero should build everything, or we don't want that many apps, and just understanding that richness of the ecosystem is actually a benefit to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, that's so true, and it's amazing. You look at the rise of an app like Receipt Bank and how valuable it's been in partnership with Xero.
Absolutely, and when we acquired HubDoc, that was something that we said, was that we believe that there's enough room for everyone to be successful in categories like that, because actually the adoption of data automation apps isn't anywhere near where it should be. And so hopefully, seeing us acquire apps also gives people confidence that we are an open ecosystem. We're not going to penalise people, and so it's about being open and transparent and hoping everyone wins together.
Yeah. If you could change one thing today globally about the industry, with time or capital or whatever, is there anything that you'd like to do differently?
That's a tough question. I think I don't know, I love a lot of what I see. I love the community. I love seeing advisors connecting on, Twitter and different social media and helping each other out. I think that community is going to be a lot more important as we go forward. I think the biggest advice I would give to any advisor out there is don't try and be all things to all people, and so think about where you can specialise, whether that's in a vertical or with a certain product set or something like that. So I think that would be a big thing for me.
Fantastic. And thank you for stepping out. I know you've got lots of places to go and be this week, but thanks for your time today, Kaye.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Thanks.